Hello, today we will discuss three developments in space science and technology. One of the things that we will discuss today is regarding Sentinel-6B launch, which shows the launch of a satellite designed to monitor Earth oceans. These missions help scientists measure sea level and understand climate change. The video also demonstrates how satellites are launched and why Earth observations missions are important for studying our planet. The second live video is regarding interstellar comet 3I Atlas images, which focuses on the discovery and observations of a rare interstellar comet. This video explains how scientists study objects that come from outside our solar system and what these objects can tell us about the formation of other planetary systems. The third live video is regarding three new missions launched to track space weather, which covers the launch of three spacecraft sent to study the space weather. These missions help scientists predict solar storms that can affect satellites, GPS systems, power grids, and also astronaut safety. We will go into detail about each of the video to explore their missions, objectives, and significance.
So, the first activity from NASA Live was rocket launches and space exploration mission. It was the launch of the Sentinel-6B satellite by SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. The launch event of Sentinel-6B happened on 17 November 2025, 12:21 minutes 42 in the morning of Eastern Standard Time at Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. It was launched by the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carrying Sentinel-6B. Once it gets into space, it will join a number of other ocean observation satellites that provide beneficial impacts on the community, such as Sentinel-6 microflights. Every rocket launch must have their mission needed to carry. So, what is the mission and function of Sentinel-6B? So, the mission goal of Sentinel-6B is to join a global caravan of satellites monitoring Earth's oceans from orbit. Therefore, this new launch must be within the same orbit and ground as the previous launch of the comparison and to get accurate data with other satellites. Then, Sentinel-6B's function is to measure global sea levels with 1-inch accuracy. It helps communities around the world to estimate the increase of sea level and risk of natural disaster. Now, let's see technology involved with the launch of Sentinel-6B by SpaceX Falcon 9. Mainly focusing on the vehicle use. As mentioned before, it was the vehicle to launch Sentinel-6B satellites and other satellites. This launch marked SpaceX's 500th flight of a flight prover booster. It shows that space engineers designed this vehicle with high technology as it proved the reusability milestone. Moreover, the SpaceX booster was hitting one flight in a month as it was flying one in September, October, and now November. SpaceX used a high-density propellant, which is super chill liquid oxygen. Large propellant that need to be chilled just under -300 Fahrenheit to load denser propellant. The denser propellant, the more in the tank, the more propellant can help the vehicle to fly. Hence, it provides better performance than less propellant. I would say that lightning monitoring is an advanced technology as it is a mission unit service that the Launch Service Program provides. Light monitoring technology ensures the safety of the satellite and the vehicles, and it also helps provide a way for the team to gather real-time data to assess potential impacts to the spacecraft avionics. There are several innovations and applications that can be discussed. The primary mission of this Sentinel-6B launch was to continue a mission that has been measuring sea level with remarkable precision for more than 30 years. We can get a very accurate measurement of how sea levels are changing locally and on a global scale down to about a 1-inch accuracy. What about orbit geometry? Orbit geometry is the position where new satellite launches like Sentinel-6B are required to launch into the exact same orbit and ground track. This specific repeat cycle allows scientists to compare decades of precise sea level measurements. Sentinel-6B has sensitiveness towards solar exposure through its aperture. Therefore, it has instrument protection. So Sentinel-6B must separate in an orientation which protects it from the sun's view. Advanced Microwave Radiometer (AMR), which is a NASA-provided microwave radiometer that measures partially due to atmospheric water vapor along the altimeter path. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is able to do this by taking advantage of its internal flight software, which tracks the sun's location relative to the spacecraft in each position. A new structure was developed for the spacecraft to sit on top, which is a damping structure. It has similar function to the shock absorbers on the car. It helps to dampen those environments, dynamic environments, acoustic, and those vibrations during launch, ensuring Sentinel-6B has a smooth ride and doesn't feel any of that vibration on its way up into the orbit. Now, the last part of my sharing, which are the reflections on society and safety, future space technology, and education. This satellite launch helps inform daily forecasts accurately to the commuters for early preparation. It is critical for tracking and predicting severe weather as it plays a critical role in the formation and intensification of hurricanes. It is being able to track and predict with the accuracy of the impact that these hurricanes can have on land. For instance, Hurricane Milton in 2024 intensified very rapidly, and Sentinel-6 micro-friendly data were able to help forecast this intensification of the hurricane. Better predictions allow people to get out of the way before the storm hits, protecting their homes, business, and saving life. It provides critical information needed for planning and preparing for the sea level changes. Moreover, commuters of several regions around the world have greater benefits from this satellite function as it helps to predict the sea level in coastal areas. As sea level change, communities built long ago are facing issues where high tide now causes flooding. High tide maybe was not a problem in the past, but now it becomes a problem and leads to flooding and impact business. In the future of space technology, it is sustainable access to space and provides rapid launch capabilities as we don't need to wait for the new design of vehicles but can reuse previous vehicles to launch new satellites for space exploration. It also has a good precision and continuity. Next generation engineering will come up with better innovation and technology to enhance the mission of space exploration. The last point of reflection is on education. It is a foundation for climate science, especially in disaster awareness, as space exploration missions can help to estimate natural disasters that might be happening on Earth. To attract young people, especially students, to space exploration, real-world applications helps to enhance their vision and imagination towards space.
Okay, moving on for my part, which is activity 2. I'll be sharing insights with an interview with NASA scientists and engineers discussing the discovery of comet 3I Atlas. This comet was discovered quite recently, which is on July 1st, 2025, by the NASA-funded Atlas Survey Telescope. Alright, so what makes this discovery special is that it's the only third interstellar object ever detected by humans after Oumuamua and Borisov. In other words, this object didn't come from our solar system. It traveled here from another star system, carrying clues about the environment where it originally from. That's what makes this discovery so exciting. By studying comet 3I Atlas, scientists are basically getting a rare chance to learn about other planetary systems, some of which might be even older than our own. When news of this comet first emerged, public curiosity exploded. Some people even speculated that it could be an alien spacecraft. However, NASA then addressed these rumors very clearly during the interview, saying that it's not an alien spacecraft or anything, and it is definitely a comet. As we can see in the figure here, this is the first observation of the comet 3I Atlas on July 1st, 2035. Okay, so before going any further, let's quickly talk about what a comet actually is. A comet is a small solid object made up of ice and rock. When it gets closer to a star like our sun, the heat causes the ice to evaporate. As this happens, the comet releases gas, dust, and vapor, forming a cloud around it called a coma, along with a tail that stretches out into space. This is why, in the figure here, the comet often looks like a fuzzy white ball with a glowing tail. For comet 3I Atlas, scientists found some interesting differences. It contains water, ice, and carbon dioxide, However, the amount of carbon dioxide compared to water is much higher than what we usually see in comets from our solar system. It also releases more nickel than iron, which is quite unusual. These differences is what suggests that this comet forms in a very different environment. Alright, along with this discovery, what's actually impressive is how NASA studied this comet. As I mentioned, this comet is discovered by the Atlas Funded Survey Telescope by NASA. Okay, so this telescope actually is part of the NASA's Planetary Defense Network. Instead of relying on a single telescope, NASA used a fleet of more than 20 spacecraft spread throughout the solar system. Because these spacecraft are in different locations, scientists could observe the comet from multiple angles and distances, even when Earth itself could not see it properly. On top of that, different instruments are also utilized in this spacecraft so that we can observe space in different wavelengths, meaning each one can reveal something new for the research. Each observation provides a different lens for understanding space, and when all of that data is combined, scientists get a much clearer picture of what's really happening up there. There are varieties of spacecraft that manage to capture the image of the comet GI Atlas. As we can see in this picture here, we have the Hubble Space Telescope, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, (MROC), and all of these spacecraft captured the comet in different ways, collectively contributing valuable scientific data for research. As a reflection, beyond science and technology, the discovery has important implications for society, education, and future of space exploration. On a social level, it captures attention all around the world. It also shows how science helps counter misinformation, especially when people jump to conclusions about unknown objects in space. Instead of speculation, NASA relies on clear evidence and careful observation. On top of that, in terms of education, NASA offers open science policy, meaning that all their data is publicly available. Therefore, students, educators, and researchers can study real NASA data and even contribute to ongoing research. This makes space science feel more accessible and less distant. Finally, looking ahead, discoveries like Comet 3i Atlas help scientists better understand how planetary systems form across the galaxy. Ongoing research also drives the continuous development of observation tools, allowing scientists to collect more detailed and valuable data. This kind of progress is essential for the future of space exploration and our understanding of the universe. To conclude, this interview isn't just about comets passing through our solar system. It's about curiosity, technology, and collaboration coming together to help us learn more about space. Even though this object comes from incredibly far away, the knowledge we gain from it helps shape the future of science, education, and space exploration right here on Earth. That's all from me.
Next is based on NASA live video named 3 New Missions Launched to Track Space Weather. Next slide. So the video showed that NASA had successfully launched 3 important space missions using a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. The launch took place at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The 3 spacecraft, IMAP, SWFOL-1, and the Carruthers Observatory were sent together to a spatial location in space called the Earth-Sun Lagrange Point 1, or L1. This point is about 1 million miles away from Earth and allows spacecraft to constantly observe the Sun. The main goal of this launch is to study space weather, which refers to changes in space caused by activity from the Sun. These missions help scientists understand how the Sun affects Earth, satellites, astronauts, and modern technology that we depend on every day. Next slide. So scientifically, each spacecraft has a different role. IMAP studies the heliosphere, which is a giant bubble created by the Sun that surrounds our solar system. This heliosphere helps protect Earth from harmful radiation coming from outside the solar system. By studying solar wind and high-energy particles, IMAP helps scientists understand how well this protective shield works. SWFOL-1 is focused on space weather monitoring. It continuously watches the Sun and detects solar storms before they reach Earth. This gives scientists and government 15 to 60 minutes of warning time. These warnings are very important because solar storms can damage satellites, disrupt GPS system, and cause power outage.
The Caritas Observatory studies the outermost layer of Earth's atmosphere, called the exosphere. It mainly observes hydrogen atoms that form a glowing cloud around Earth. This helps scientists understand how Earth's atmosphere slowly escapes into space and how space weather affects our planet. From a technological point of view, launching 3 spacecraft on one rocket is very innovative. It saves money and time while still achieving multiple scientific goals.
So these missions are very important for society. Space weather can affect many things we rely on, such as mobile communication, internet services, GPS navigation, and power systems. By getting early warnings, operators can take action to reduce damage and also avoid major disruption. For education and science, the mission provide valuable data that scientists, students, and researchers can use to learn more about the Sun and Earth. And these informations help improve scientific model and predictions, allowing future research to be more accurate and reliable. In the future, these missions support human space exploration, including missions to the Moon and Mars. Astronauts are monitoring helps save. Thus, this launch shows how space science directly benefits life on Earth. By studying the sun and space weather, these missions help protect technology, support education, and prepare humanity for future space exploration. To end this podcast, we can conclude that all these NASA missions demonstrate how space exploration not only expand our understanding of the universe, but also helps protect life and technology on Earth while preparing humanity for future journeys into space. That's all from us. Thank you.